Welcome, you're about to watch a record frontline game, at least for myself, on the map camp, with all of the 98 kills and 4 deaths. I hope you will enjoy. This video is a display of the possibility for a horse rider to dominate the battlefield. The strategy shown in the upcoming minutes focus firstly on targeting ranged units out of your team's reach. These players deals heavy damage but are easy targets for cavalry. The archers need to aim for the horse to weaken it and eventually get the rider dismounted. The rider need to know about this and zigzag to avoid being hit as much as possible. Other easy targets that mainly have their focus elsewhere in the distance are ballista and catapult users. Simply flank these players, jump with your horse to remove the sound notification when closing in on them and strike. Another main objective is to disrupt as many enemy players as possible with your presence. If you can have archers shooting at you, other players choosing anti-horse build or even chase you on foot, you are providing advantage for your team to close in on the flags.
Finally, you should also from time to time check in on the front line where the two armies are engaged in hand-to-hand combat. This is where you get your easy kills on the top players and your team will thank you for it.
Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and give a like and a comment if you learn anything useful. When learning how to maneuver the horse, just as you can see in this video, the majority of your kills will be on unaware players. They just can't seem to comprehend the danger of a horse behind enemy lines. Use this to your advantage. As mentioned in my previous tips and tricks video for horse masters, remember that you can bait a missing strike from melee players by breaking lightly 10 meters in front of them to make them miss. After their pre-strike, you then accelerate and deal a full damage blow. Try your best not to get stuck on the environment or other horse players. If you do, you are at your most vulnerable place. It will take you a couple of seconds to get up to speed again if you lose your momentum, and the risk is high that a nearby player reaches you. When spotting a spear or pole-arm player on foot and they are looking at your charge, change your approach. It is a very high risk, even for the most experienced rider, to lose this joust. These players are best handled when occupied in melee combat with your team as backup. Place extra care when approaching billhook players because they have that weapon mainly to dismount you. Don't fall for the act that they are not aware of you incoming. Don't forget to look up. Out in the distance you can spot your team's future threats. Scanning the battlefield and acting upon these threats is your responsibility. Will it be bows, ballistas and catapults lining up a coordinated ranged attack? Or even a small party of enemy melee players trying to flank your team? If you cannot handle this alone, then circling these areas will surely bring attention to them. Melee combat coming up in wait for the 3 minutes horse respawn. This was updated a few months back, being previous on 2 minutes. The longer horse respawn time further underlines the importance of protecting the horse from taking damage. When dismounted from the horse, there is a 3-second downtime for the rider to be taken advantage of for the enemies to get in free strikes. On the same topic, you should always try to place yourself between the enemy and your team's dismounted rider to block any initial strikes, thereby saving that teammate. Typically, players get upset with skilled riders killing him over and over again. If they then manage to dismount that enemy, it is not uncommon that they proceed to kill the horse afterwards in pure rage, instead of letting a teammate use that opportunity and take control of the horse. When dueling with horses, have the following in mind. What is the reach of your and your opponent's weapon? Who has the fastest strike and horse? Adjust your movement and playstyle according to these facts. Own the initiative. I would not recommend a head-on joust. Instead, circle the opponent just out of reach and see how the player reacts to your provocation strike attempts. For the final strike, position yourself 10 meters in front of the enemy, who is just behind on your tail or at the side, and then launch your attack. Having the initiative lets you easily avoid any enemy attempts on couching a weapon. To use this tactic, a faster horse is essential. Stay out of range when you are not attacking, and do not couch your weapon in duels unless you have the faster horse and are in pursuit. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope you learned something new. Take care, and I will see you on the battlefield.